Time to do some dailyage. Time to do some dailyage. Ladies and gentlemen, today is June 3rd, 2013, and this is the KNKL Daily Show, episode 60. Today is episode 60. We're climbing on our way up to 100. We're probably going to hit 100 on the actual tutorials and 100 on the dailies. Very, very close together, I assume. I predict very, very closely. Yes, today we are going to be jumping back into working on Amazon, the lovely comic that we are oh so ready to see the next part of, right? Because it's been taking me forever to get this latest part out, and I do apologize for that. I've been very busy goofing off, procrastinating, and working on it as well, but you know what I mean. It's just there's so many things to do. It's like I gotta play video games, then I gotta go over here and post on this forum, and you know, all that other stuff. Got a contest to upkeep. Speaking of that, for those of you who have not entered the art contest yet, you've got 5 days, well, 4.5, but we're rounding up to 5. You got 5 days to get your stuff in, because we're going to be giving away these lovely blue giraffe statues, and you could be the proud owner of the very, very first KNKL art contest. Now, before we get into working on the comic today, I do want to say thank you to everyone who contributed last month. Your names have been uploaded to the site on the donator page, and this is thanks to a lovely James McCauley, who is our donator of this month. And the thank you picture is in progress, so for right now, you just get that little teaser there, and I'll let you guys decide what you want to do with that. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been ordering the posters. I'm going to be sending these out tomorrow, for those of you who ordered, complete with your golden button sticker and your cool one-of-a-kind sketch on the back and signed by me. So yeah, if you guys haven't gone out and gotten these, remember there are only going to be 90 of them ever printed, so yes, jump on that. Take a chance right now because they'll be worth millions one day. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Alright guys, let's go ahead. That's enough blabbering. Let's go ahead and move into the comic. So today we're going to be working more on these zombies. We're going to finish this up, and then we're going to move on to the Horde. We're going to draw thousands of zombies in this tiny panel. How, you ask? You're just going to have to watch and see. I don't even know exactly how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to wing it and do what I do best. Just look like I know what I'm doing. Alright. So the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to finish these zombies here, because I really, really like these, and I just want to fill these in. Just want to fill these dudes in. But I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a great one. I was playing a lot of DayZ. I got into that game back when it was really at the first time you heard about it. I'm sure you've heard of DayZ. It's the mod for the popular military simulator Arma. And it's a freaking awesome game. It's like cryptic as all heavens, but once you figure out actually how to play the game, you feel like you're part of this elite group that weathered the storm, and now you can actually get stuff to work the way you want it to work, and you can actually play the game. But there's a big learning curve that goes along with it. And it's pretty sweet. It's a really, really fun game. And lately I've gotten addicted to it once again. I've been playing that with my little brother. And yeah, it's been having tons of fun. A little bit too much fun. Have to get back focused on this. I mean, I have been working on it, but you know what I mean. Not like this is page 2, but I'm much further than page 2. I just don't like to show the later pieces. Because that might spoil it. Okay, what the heck am I doing here? What do I want to do here? Maybe I'll move her over here, because it's like girl, girl. Maybe we could do her right there. Ooh, that looks perfect right there. Perfection. No, I don't want her to have a tangent with that guy's head, so I'll probably stick her right there. Yeah, that's good. Like it. And then I'll just have her be a shape there. Alright, so let's move on to this guy up hither. Okay. Let's go ahead and draw this dude. I've been noticing that like my zombies have more expression. Like they can kind of like raise their eyebrows and like show expression. Some of them are kind of like the dumb, kind of like complacent, glazed over eyed looking zombie things, but some of them kind of have, I don't know, they're almost animalistic in a way. They kind of have some interesting emotional qualities to them that some other zombies do not possess. For instance, this guy. And they have giant teeth, let's not forget that. Alright. For some reason, this reminds me of something. I think this almost reminds me of Worms. Did you guys ever play that game? I think they're always releasing like new ones too, but none of them will ever be better than Worms 2. Worms 2 was where it was at. It was the best one because you could customize everything. You make the game play exactly how you wanted it to. Customize all of the weapons and everything. But this head, like this giant head, reminds me of a worm. The way they design him in that game. All right. And I'm probably going to be a little bit quieter on this episode. As I stated before, whenever I'm doing layouts and stuff, it seems like my mind is always a lot more focused in on what I'm doing, and then when I do lines, which I have lately been trying to contract out, my mind is a little bit more free because it's a little bit more like busy work. But the creative process is very much happening at this point, so it's hard to talk and create at the same time. Sometimes. Or maybe I'm just saying that. Maybe I'm just making excuses. Yeah, I like this guy a lot. But you can kind of pay attention to like the flow that I'm creating each of these zombies with. Notice how each of them kind of has like a line going through it that kind of like shows that most of them are kind of like hunched over, and I really like it when zombies kind of like raise one shoulder and the other one's kind of drop down. Makes it look very, I don't know, kind of creepy looking. Scary. Yeah, and I like the tattered clothes kind of hanging off. These are just good general zombie rules. You know. Alright, now let's draw our good old stupid zombie back here. Let's give him like one tooth on the top. I like it. In fact, I wonder what a bald zombie would look like. Maybe just have like a rounded head and maybe just like some of these little spikes on the side, like that. We like to have zombies of all different kinds of hairstyles. we go. Let's go ahead and drop that shoulder down. Do I want that? Oh, I like this. Kind of putting these shapes there. Those are kind of by accident, but I like them there. So they stay. I'll probably keep this guy as a general shape. By the time the zombies are going to start getting back here, I kind of want them to start kind of dropping off a little bit in terms of their detail. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. This guy kind of looks like Kel. Yeah, that'll just be Kel. I drew another one. Whoop! Where is he? That's him right there. Yeah, I wanted to put him somewhere, but that basically looks like Kel. So yeah, it'll just be angry Kel. Because you can't have two of them. Okay, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and condense all of these zombies together. Become one, please. Become one. And now what I'll end up doing back here is I'll probably just end up painting like these shapes in like this. And then I'll just draw in eyes and like teeth like that. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Yes, I do like that. 1 second here. Let me make sure the stream is going properly. Are we working? Is it working? Yes, okay, good. I just noticed there was like a couple drop frames. Just want to make sure the freaking live stream wasn't glitching out. Because that would not be good. That would not be very good at all. Okay, actually I gotta make this guy's head a little bit smaller because he's behind. He's gonna be behind this chick. Yeah, so basically I'm just gonna be playing with shapes at this point. Yeah, and these will just be shapes back here. Perfect! Shows a little bit of separation there. Kind of want to give this guy some more teeth. I'll just make him missing that middle one there. There we go. Now, I do have a couple, looks like I got some hands and limbs sticking up here. So I'm probably going to draw those in. Just a couple shapes of arms and hands sticking out. Put a nice hole in that. When in doubt, just put some holes in the skin and we're good to go. Okay, some more hands back here, like that. Probably just end up painting these parts in. These are going to be part of the background. Like after these zombies, these front row zombies, these ones in the back are probably just going to be painted. They'll be considered background element type things. That should be pretty sweet. Because we got to draw a bunch of zombies. And that ain't the easiest thing. Drawing giant crowds. But this feels good. I do like this. Oh, shoot. I didn't switch the camera back. Sorry. Is the chat working? I can't tell. I don't know if the chat's working. Hang on. I gotta fix it. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm such a noob. New mistake. Wow. There we go. Yeah, something might be going on. New mistake. Oh, geez. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, what's up with this? The chat wasn't updating. What the heck? This is great. I don't know why it wasn't updating. Sorry about that, guys. Oh man, it's getting darker now, so I gotta turn this thing on. Oh, that's the way we roll here on the KNKL show. I knew something was weird because I was like, the camera was off for like freaking, I don't know how long that was. I hope it wasn't too long, guys. I'm sorry. But it was off for like a few minutes, or like 5 minutes, and like nobody was saying anything. So I was like, either everyone died or something is drastically wrong. So yeah, basically I haven't seen any of your comments since the beginning of the show. I'm sorry, guys. People talking about shooting up the DayZ disc, or shooting up, or wishing I could shoot the DayZ disc. I'll do something creative when I'm done with DayZ. Okay, you guys are awesome. Okay, let's go ahead. You guys like tuned into my mind subconsciously, and you're like, something is amiss. Something is wrong here. Alright. So anyway, back to where we were. Let's go ahead and finish up these happy zombies over here. I like this guy right here. I need to make his head a little bit smaller though. I want him to look like he's a little bit further back. Yeah, like there. That looks good. Godspeak. Alright. That's the first time that's ever happened. Oh, whatever. Whatever. It's a little embarrassing, but it's okay. That's how we roll. Okay, this guy's looking pretty geeky over here, so I kind of want to give him like a polo. Let's give him a nice nerdy polo. Nerdy polo. Very good. What do I want to do with his arms? I don't think I want to do anything. Maybe I'll just leave him kind of like that. Kind of paint him into nothing. Because he's approaching the bleed area, and I don't want to put too much detail into that part. Alright, and then we'll have shape back here. There we go. Cool. We need more hands. More hands. Should we have one right here? Maybe? Nah, maybe not. I think I'm just going to put some more shapes back here. Shapes of dudes. I'll probably put a couple hands here and there. There we go. There's hand. Eyeballs. Get your eyeballs over here. There we go. Ooh, I like that. I like the subtle emotion you can capture in just a little doodle of a hand in the distance. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. Probably put up some more like little things up here supposed to represent hands. Tiny hands. Tiny hands. There we go. Now we got a crowd coming in. Now I've got a good crowd of zombies. That's what I wanted right there. Yeah, this looks good. Something about this guy I don't like though. It's like, it's that straight line that's kind of bugging me. Yeah, I'll kind of add one of these. Yeah, that helps. I'll give him the nose treatment. Oh, and how about some like skin? some like one of those like holes in the skin. There we go. That's all he needed. All right. Now let's finish up this edge over here. Put some lovely darling zombies. I just want to have like one like staring up into the distance like this. Just like, huh? Or maybe he's just barely starting to look this way. That looks good. Except he's off the crop. Dang it! Whenever I draw the cool zombies, they're always off the crop. Maybe I'll just have to make this image a little bit smaller. Like that, so we can get all that nice detail in there. Also, this guy needs to be a little bit bigger. This whole guy in the front, he needs to be bigger. Because both him and the girl, their hair is touching the top of the panel. And I want this guy to appear like he's really close. It'll help push even more depth into it. So let's do it more like that. Yeah, that's better. I like it! Except let's remove that tangent. And we're good. We are VR. Good. Alright. Let's give this guy a shirt. That would be nice, yeah. Alright, and just this will be kind of shaded in like that. This all kind of gets shaded in. That guy will get shaded in. And we'll just fill this up with hands and all that good stuff. Our general zombie crowd techniques. Yeah, just erase a couple eyes and erase a couple teeth. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you draw a zombie horde crowd. Just have plenty of depth and variety in the sizes of your zombies. And yeah, basically does the work for you. Picture comes together and wasn't even that hard. You just draw a few detailed zombies and then the rest of them you leave to the reader's imagination. You know what I mean? And that will make you happy. Okay. Good. We've been going for about half an hour, so that's good. We'll finish up here, and we'll see if we can get this part. Now we got to draw all of these guys, but now really, really small. Okay? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the challenge comes in. That is when the challenger approaches. We must meet them head on. Gotta make sure this guy's hand is working good. Working properly, anyway. It just goes down like that. Cool. That works. That works. Alright, guys. So I'm liking that. Feeling really good about this. Let's go ahead and move on to Tiny Zombie Horde now. People are saying this zombie on the left here is like, hey, is this where the party's at? He's the photobombing zombie. Yeah. He just looks funny. He's a goofball. You gotta have goofy zombies. Zombies with a sense of humor. That's where it's at right there. And people have been saying the style of the zombies has been evolving. And yes, I would agree with that. The style of the zombies has been evolving thanks to you out there who have been submitting your awesome zombie designs. Just let me take them and put them into the comic. Really do appreciate that. Like, you're giving me insight into my design before it's even done. Basically, I wouldn't even call it my design. Like, I had the basic idea. It's like, hey, here's kind of how the zombie head works. And then you guys took it and ran with it and made all this awesome stuff. And then I stole that and put it in the comic. And that is why you guys are awesome. But yes, everybody whose zombie I did use will be getting a credit in the book when it comes out in the digital edition. You will be in the special thanks. For sure! For sure. For sure. Yes. Alright, but yeah, like, this guy is still my favorite zombie. I love this guy. So cool. So cool. And then the girl zombies too. I hadn't drawn any girl zombies, and you guys just went ahead and took care of that. That's why I love you guys. This is why you guys are awesome. Alright guys, so now we're going to draw all of those zombies except really tiny. Okay, so to do this, we're going to use the power of Photoshop. We're going to zoom in to all the pixels, right? We're going to zoom in so we can see the pixels. And then we're going to move right up here, right? We gotta go into the zombie pack. Now we're going to draw every single little zombie really, really tiny. Okay? Like that. And now we just have to do that 1,000 times. Sound good? In fact, maybe we should save some time and just do one of these. We'll just copy, paste a bunch of zombies like that. Yeah? Feeling me? Let's go ahead and merge those down. One more time. And now let's copy them back. Instant zombie horde. You guys like that? That's the way I do it. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that. We're actually gonna take some time to do it right. But it was worth a try, right? Alright, so I think what we're going to be doing here is and this is always a good challenge, right? Because I always ask myself, what size are my viewers going to be reading this comic at, right? It would be pointless for me to go in there and draw all those zombies if the viewers are going to be seeing the page at this size, roughly. You know, probably closer to like 20%. They're going to be seeing it at about this size. Whoops. Right? So it would be pointless for me to try to draw all of this detail in there. Rather, what we're going to be working with is a proper shape, right? What shape do these zombies make? Thousands of zombies in a crowd make. Like, have you ever seen, in fact, I might actually do this. I'll just get a reference of crowd shots that have been shot from like a stadium or something, or just like a giant gathering with a bunch of people, and just take notice of what kinds of shapes the crowds make when they're walking together, or they kind of group up together. And right now I'm probably just going to try to wing it, but if I have some trouble, which I may, probably consult some reference a little bit later. But let's go ahead and give this a shot. Because all I got to do here is I'm drawing in the road going into the distance, and then we're going to have our hills, right? I'm going to have our hills going back here, and then we'll have like a little structure over here that they're going to be hitting later in the distance. That's not all that important. I gotta get through this here. Yeah, that's good. I like that. And then the horizon is actually going to be kind of bending around this way. It's kind of like it's almost like you're zoomed out so far you can see the curvature of the Earth. I mean, we're not zoomed out that far, but it's kind of cool to just exaggerate it. So the zombie crowd will kind of have just like this curve to it. And I'm hoping it'll create a subtle, maybe even a subliminal effect of how big this zombie crowd is. And that will make me happy. Okay. So we got the road. Now let's draw some zombies. So the first thing I did was I actually kind of laid them out like this, right? So I'm thinking what I want to do is I kind of want to like create a little pocket kind of in here. And then a good way to kind of set this up is to almost think of it as like a 3D object, right? Kind of, you ever done those things where you'll take like the letter A, right? Like this. And it's like, okay, let's make it 3D. And then you draw this thing, right? That's basically how I'm creating this shape. Is it's like, okay, what's the top shape of these zombies? And then I just draw it down, right? I draw the depth of it. And then from there, I'll go into a little bit more detail. But see, that's basically what I'm doing here. It's like, okay, here's the top shape. And then I draw it down for some depth. And I'll probably have them kind of like piece off and kind of like congregate over here. Corrugate. I don't even know what that means. I know it's a word, but I don't know what corrugate means. Please, somebody enlighten me, if you will. All right. So I'm liking that. That looks good. Let's have a little bit of a break in there. Break in there. That looks good. And I'll probably end up kind of like adding some texture in here. I'll probably put like lone zombies or just like pieces. I say pieces. Pieces of the crowd. Yeah, you could say that. Pieces of the crowd just kind of like sticking out in the open here. All right, and this will start to create a lot of noise and a lot of what's the word? It'll look detailed, but it's really not going to be. It's just clever placement. Clever placement and noise. It's created to fool the reader into thinking I drew thousands of zombies when I really didn't. And we can just draw in like noise like this, kind of like thinking almost of it in layers too, you know? It's like, okay, here's a shape of a layer that could come through here. You know, another layer. I always like to do kind of like lines that go through, right? And just general noise. General noise, it'll kind of stick up through here. And let's not have this like perfectly go across the road. Let's have a little bit of like a few more zombies come out like here, like that. Okay, and we'll have some on the road here, kind of like that. You know, they're basically like dots, you know? Drawing ants. Drawing ants. In fact, ants might be a good reference for this. See, and the reason why I can get away with this, the reason why I can get away with showing this, and then people know what it is because we're going to show this picture here, and then people are going to be like, oh, what's that? And then it's going to go, oh my gosh, it's a bunch of zombies, right? But if you just showed that, and then say you didn't show this like detail shot, people might, you know, they might think, I don't know, it could be like a grassland or something. And we're still going to set it up that way everything is working in our favor. That way you could say, okay, yeah, that looks like a crowd. Especially when you get stuff like this going on. I think this is kind of a big telltale sign here. You have this big group happening here, and then you have like a couple little dots on the road. I think that's really going to help communicate what this is. Again, this goes back to that formation, looking at the formations of people that are in crowds. Oftentimes you'll see stuff like this. It just feels natural. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to bring back that sensory experience, right? Bringing back that sensory experience with your viewer to say, oh, hey, I've seen something like this before. That looks like a giant crowd, right? Because you have all these giant shapes in here, and then you have a few kind of breaking away and walking around. And I really like that. So yes, in fact, that's a lot of zombies. Jeez, how many zombies would that have to be? That would have to be like thousands. Like, oh man, I don't even know how many zombies that would be. So many. I might actually. Well, I don't know. I like the idea of just having like hundreds of thousands of zombies in this one area. I think that'd be really cool. Oh man, that's crazy. It's really crazy to think about. Just the sheer number of zombies. But we have been lacking zombies up till now. It's like we go from one zombie shown in the comic so far to 1,000,000 zombies. And then we kind of dial back and find that middle ground. I think that's kind of nice. Don't you guys think? I think it's really nice. Okay, again, more little shapes in here. That looks good. And again, what I'm doing with these shapes is it's kind of going into the principle of, in comics, if you want to draw a brick wall, don't draw the wall like this and then draw every single brick in it, right? What you do if you want to draw a brick wall is you draw just a wall and then you do this. And there you go. Now people will read that as a brick wall and you don't have to draw every single brick. And that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm drawing giant shapes and then every now and then I'll just have a little bit of noise in there. And I'm hoping that will give the people the impression of, oh, hey, something is happening. Something's happening. And why would they all congregate? I said it again. Why would they all congregate? I got Daisy on the mind. That's what it is. There's these things that you can build in the game called corrugated plate fence. Because in the server that I'm playing on, you can like build a base. And I've been building so many of those that it's like, it's on my mind right now. Corrugated plate. But no, congregate. Why would they all congregate on this road? Why don't they just kind of move over a little bit? Move a few miles over that way. It's like they're purposely trying to get in the way of the biker gang. That's not very nice. It's not very nice. Could there be a hidden reason? Actually, I don't even know. Maybe. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw a few of these guys, kind of separating off the pack. Sea of zombies. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. Yeah, just like little things like that. It's kind of going through, putting in noise. You know, all that good stuff. And I almost think of it, like even in the line, it's almost it's similar to what I'm doing here. It's like I create a lot of noise in one area, and then once you're getting back this far, it's almost okay to just go smooth. You know, it's almost okay to just go to a smooth line, and then every now and then a little bit of noise, right? Smooth, a little bit of noise here, smooth, stuff like that. I think that'll also help to communicate something is going on back there, but it's so far away that it just looks like a line. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we'll have like some nice little zombie mosh pits going on over here, right? Some openings with some, yeah, crazy emo zombies flinging their fists everywhere. Like the kids, those dang kids at the concerts always do. Alright, that looks good. Yeah, just like some openings. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. Kind of want to have like a huge opening right here. Right? This goes back to the design principles, right? We have smalls, right? We have small openings, we have a medium opening, and now we want to have like a large opening. It's because it gives us like that sense of variety. And humans like variety. Humans like variety. Studies have shown. And I hope that this is... Oh, let's move that over a little bit. Sorry, guys. Let me do that again, because I was like... Or actually, I think I might have shown that. Oh, yeah. Small circles here, medium, and now we're working on our large opening. This is pretty fun. I'm literally drawing millions of zombies with the flick of the wrist. I might just end up painting this thing too. This is probably going to be painted. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna handle this, because I mean, I guess I could line it with like a really thin line, but I don't know if that's gonna look right. I'm gonna have to try out a couple things. There's a bunch of new like challenges that are emerging with this part of the comic, and I'm gonna have to do my best to figure out how to get it done. But I'll figure it out. Don't you worry. All right, so check that out. Now I got some good zombie congregating going on here. Congregating. Zombie Coachella. That's what it is. This is Zombie Music Festival. Dude, they should totally have one of those. Like Coachella, except it's all just people dressed as zombies. Sweet. I'm sure there's somebody that's already doing that kind of thing already. Some crazy person out there. Alrighty, peoples. See? It ain't that hard. Let's draw a couple little dots over here. Dots of zombies over here. There you go. That's how you draw a horde of zombies. Jeez, seriously, how many zombies would that have to be? I don't even know. I don't even know. We're gonna have to do some scaling here because now we have to draw the biker gang approaching as well. So we gotta make sure that even at this tiny scale, we're not drawing zombies like this and then we're drawing a biker dude like this, right? On his bike. You know? Just plow through those. Now it really does look like ants. Just a bunch of roaches that are in the middle of the road. What the heck? Get that crap out of here. Alright. Oh, and it does appear that we are about to end today's show. So guys, if you have any questions, I would kindly invite you to line your catapults over the castle walls and cast your questions. And I'll answer them. Any questions that you may have. And then we'll end day 60 of the KNKL show. The KNKL Daily. I seriously gotta get that thing down. I've been juggling so many different names. It's like KNKL show, KNKL Daily, KNKL live stream. I don't know. Which one do you like most? In fact, that's my question to you. What should I call this from now on? Because I'm kind of leaning towards KNKL Daily. Yes, that way we can be even more like Day 9 wannabes. We can be even more like Day 9 himself. So yeah, I'm thinking about calling it KNKL Daily. But let me know what you guys like. Should we continue to follow that which inspires us? Or should we break away and become unique? And seek for differentiation. I don't know. I was trying to go somewhere with that, but failed. But failure is success in the eyes of Kienan Lafferty. Alright, let's get these bikers in here in the last 5 minutes, and then we will go ahead and continue, or we will end. In fact, I need to save this and back it up. Wait, can't back it up because my external hard drive is not plugged in. Jeez. Jeez! Alright, so a zombie is that high, or that tall, so biker guy is probably going to be about that big. In fact, the bikers themselves are probably going to be shapes as well. Yeah, it's probably just going to be a bunch of shapes here. And you know, the cool thing about the bikers is that they have distinct shapes, right? Because what's really awesome is that they'll have like a guy on a four-wheel over here, like pulling a trailer, right? So we could have this thing over here. But then what's really cool about that is that you can have this flag sticking out, right? That's kind of like what allows us to see them. I mean, that flag is huge. But even if you just do it like this, right? You can immediately tell, oh, that's a wagon with or that's a trailer with a flag sticking out. That's the pirates. You know what I mean? So those little unique call-outs are really going to help us here. That way we can tell what is happening clearly. Not to mention when I light the scene, I mean, it's going to be getting kind of darker, so we'll see the lights hitting the road in front of them, and there will be a lot of things that will tell us, hey, this is the biker gang approaching here. So yeah, there are many things that are working to our advantage. Let's have a, that's Tron Bike Man right there in all his glory, rendered in high detail for your viewing pleasure. In fact, I think these guys might be a little bit too big. I might have to shrink them down. Yeah, these guys are going to be pretty much like dots too. Tron Bike Man. Love it. Love it. Oh, let's draw the dune buggy. We got to get that in there. Dune buggy. Dune bugs. June bugs. Okay. You guys are voting KNKL Daily? I'm feeling good about KNKL Daily too. KNKL show will be the tutorial thing. Like tomorrow, I'll just keep calling it KNKL show for the tutorials. But these will hereby now be called the KNKL Dailies. Alright. Flag. Flag. And I'm going to deal with these later because I don't want to draw all these dudes right now. And then I got to have a big dust cloud. Dust cloud coming up there. Cool. Yeah, now see, these guys are still way too big. You know what I mean? These have to be a little bit smaller. Just to be proportionate with what we are doing. More like that. That looks good. Yes! Yes. Alright, guys. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm probably going to go back in there and kind of clean that up because that's kind of ugly looking. But, yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. I mean, that looks awesome. We can clearly see that this is some sort of congregation, and this is the bikers here. So I'm feeling really, really good about that. Alright, let's go ahead and load up the epic outro music for the end of today's KNKL Daily. Alright guys, I want to say thank you very much for joining me live on Ustream as usual. Sorry for the technical difficulties with the chat and all that stuff, but we forge onward. People on YouTube, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. My name is Kienan Lafferty. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tutorial Tuesday. Still got to figure out exactly what we're doing, but it is going to be a good episode nonetheless. So you guys take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.